Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, my friends, I have to tell you, when I first saw this piece of news cross my desk this morning, I nearly dropped my favorite coffee mug right on the kitchen floor. I am sitting here just shaking my head in pure disbelief because the word on the street is an absolute doozy. Our good buddy Chris McKenna is officially packing his bags and leaving his incredibly captivating role as Jack Brennan on General Hospital. Now, I have been around the block a few times and I have watched these soap operas for more years than I can count, but this particular departure really caught me off guard. It feels like just yesterday he swaggered into our favorite fictional town, and now the rumor mill is churning a mile a minute, saying his storyline is heading toward a tragic, heartbreaking end this fall. You know how it is in the world of daytime television. 1 minute, a character is riding high, holding all the cards, and the next minute they are pushing up daisies. But let me tell you, this sudden exit is going to leave a massive, unfillable hole in the very fabric of our beloved Port Charles. The whispers in the wind, specifically coming from the folks over at Soap Opera Network, are pointing straight to the graveyard for our dear, complicated WSB director. They are saying Jack Brennan is going to be killed off in some shocking, out-of-left-field twist. I mean, holy cow, right? When the writers decide to just end a character permanently rather than sending them off on a long vacation or a top secret undercover mission in Europe, they are aiming for maximum emotional impact. I can already picture the dramatic lighting, the sudden gasp, the slow motion tragedy, and the tears flowing down the cheeks of the women who cared for him. As of right now, neither the ABC network nor Chris McKenna himself has put out an official statement, and we do not have a final air date yet, but the writing is on the wall. Plain as day. It makes a man wonder what kind of explosive, dangerous situation is going to take out a seasoned, tough-as-nails intelligence officer like Jack Brennan. Let us take a little stroll down memory lane, shall we? Chris McKenna stepped into the polished, expensive shoes of Jack Brennan back in February of 2025. Now taking over a role that someone else started is never a walk in the park. Charles Mesher originally brought Brennan to life in December of 2023, giving him that initial spark of mystery and European flair. But when Chris took the reins, he really made the character his own in a way that just blew me away. He brought this rugged, undeniable American charm mixed with a dangerous, sharp edge that just pulled you right through the television screen. You could not help but root for the guy, even when you knew deep down that he was keeping secrets thicker than molasses. He became such an integral part of the daytime drama landscape so quickly, establishing himself as the absolute head honcho of the World Security Bureau operations right there in our little upstate New York town. Lord have mercy. Do you all remember when Brennan first started making eyes at Carly Spencer? That was a romance hotter than a firecracker on the 4th of July. I remember sitting in my living room, watching those two spar, and thinking, now here is a match made in heaven, or maybe a match made in a very entertaining kind of hell. They had this fiery, intense, undeniable connection. Brennan was this enigmatic, powerful man who commanded every room he walked into, and Carly, well, we all know Carly is a fierce force of nature who does not take any guff from anybody. They danced around each other with such incredible chemistry that it practically melted the screen. But, as the old saying goes, all good things must come to an end, and boy, did that relationship crash and burn in the most spectacular fashion imaginable. The reason for their downfall was a classic, heartbreaking soap opera tragedy, and it still gets my blood boiling just thinking about it. Brennan, in all his infinite WSB wisdom and strategic planning, decided it would be a grand idea to recruit Carly's precious daughter, Jocelyn Jax, into the dangerous world of the intelligence agency. Now, any mother out there, and I know so many of you lovely ladies watching are fiercely protective mothers and grandmothers, knows that you absolutely do not mess with a mama bear's cubs. You just do not do it. Carly drew a massive line in the sand, and that was the immediate, bitter end of that passionate romance. I always thought it was an absolute crying shame because they were so incredibly fun to watch, but you have to respect a mother putting her foot down to protect her child. Brennan learned the hard way that in a town like Port Charles, family loyalty trumps government clearance every single day of the week. But our man Brennan did not stay lonely for long, did he? Fast forward to the present day, and he has found himself wrapped up in a brand new, scorching hot romance with none other than Nina Reeves. Now, this pairing is a whole different kettle of fish, and I have been absolutely fascinated watching it unfold on my screen. Nina is a woman who has been through the absolute ringer, constantly wearing her fragile heart on her sleeve, and here comes this hardened, experienced WSB agent offering her a strong shoulder to lean on and a whole lot of unexpected passion. It is a completely different dynamic than what he had with Carly. With Nina, you can see a softer, perhaps more protective and gentle side of Brennan emerging, even while he is juggling his high-stakes life or death career. It makes the news of his impending death all the more tragic and hard to swallow. Poor Nina just cannot seem to catch a break in the love department, bless her heart. If he really dies this fall, I can only imagine the absolute buckets of tears she will cry, and frankly, I might just shed a few tears right along with her. And the plot thickens even more when you look at his professional dealings right now. Brennan is not just wooing Nina, he is practically attached at the hip to her lovely daughter, Willow Kane. And is it not just the wildest, most wonderful twist that sweet little Willow has grown up to be United States Congresswoman? I tell you, watching her navigate the dirty, complicated waters of politics has been a real treat for a guy like me. She and Brennan have been working hand in glove because she has been absolutely instrumental in securing extra government funding for the WSB. It is a brilliant, layered storyline, seamlessly mixing family dynamics, romance, and high-stakes government funding. Brennan is deeply entrenched in the lives of both mother and daughter, creating this complex, fragile web of relationships. His sudden, violent removal from the board is going to send massive shockwaves through their lives and the entire political landscape of Port Charles. I cannot help but sit on my front porch in the evenings, sipping a cold glass of iced tea, and wondering exactly how the brilliant writers are going to pull off this tragic ending. Is it going to be a hidden sniper in the dark during a rainy night? A rigged bomb meant for someone else entirely? Or maybe an old, ruthless enemy from his shadowy espionage past coming back to settle a bloody score? Whatever it is, the fallout is going to be absolutely massive. The WSB will be thrown into complete and utter chaos without their strong-willed director leading the charge. Congresswoman Willow's political initiatives regarding the intelligence community will be left hanging by a very thin thread. And Nina, well, we might need to organize a support group for her because that poor woman is going to be devastated beyond words. The ripple effects of Jack Brennan's death will touch almost every major family in town, and that is the true mark of a deeply impactful, well-written character. Let us shift gears for a minute and talk about the incredible man behind the character, because Chris McKenna is an absolute treasure to the daytime television community. For those of you who have been watching soap operas for as long as I have, his handsome face is as familiar and comforting as an old friend stopping by for dinner. Do you remember back in the early 90s? From 1990 to 1993, he was stealing the hearts of women everywhere as the charming Joey Buchanan on One Life to Live. Oh, the sweet nostalgia of it all! He was just a young, fresh-faced pup back then, with that great hair and winning smile, but you could already see the raw, undeniable talent shining through every scene. Watching him grow from that youthful Buchanan boy into the rugged, seasoned, authoritative WSB director we see today has been a real privilege. It is honestly like watching a member of your own extended family grow up, find their footing, and succeed in the world. And he did not just stick to daytime television, oh no. Chris went out to the bright lights of Hollywood and really made a significant name for himself in primetime television. He is one of those fantastic working actors where you are watching a show with your spouse and suddenly you point at the screen and say, hey, hold your horses. I know that guy. He has popped up in some of the biggest, most successful hits out there. He was on Criminal Minds, where he had to deal with some truly dark, twisted, and terrifying storylines. He appeared in the glossy reboot of 90210, bringing a little grounded drama to the glitz of Beverly Hills. And of course, he had a stint on NCIS, which is an absolute staple in just about every single American household. He has this incredible, rare versatility, able to play a tough cop, a brilliant doctor, a menacing villain, or a dashing hero with equal, unwavering conviction. So as we brace ourselves for the crisp, cool autumn air and the inevitable, gut-wrenching heartbreak coming to our television screens this fall, I just want to tip my hat and raise my glass to Chris McKenna. He came into Port Charles, took a character that was just starting to find its footing, and and turned Jack Brennan into an absolute powerhouse that we will not soon forget. Whether he was breaking Carly's tough heart, sweeping delicate Nina off her feet, or wheeling and dealing in the halls of power with Congresswoman Willow, he gave it his all, 100% of the time. I am surely going to miss seeing his face every afternoon, bringing that spark of danger and romance into my living room. How about you all? Are you as bummed out and shocked as I am about Chris McKenna and Jack Brennan leaving Port Charles in such a tragic way? Let me know your thoughts, because I could sit here and talk about this incredible show with you all day long.